Oh. Do. Ah. Oh, look, 4 people straight away. Wow, wonderful. We're not going to play the intro tonight, everyone, but thank you for joining Magnets and Mental Health, episode 19. Let's let a few more people join, and then we'll kick it off. But what's everyone think? What's everyone think of the new HQ, eh? Looks rather dashing, I must say. I love it. Hi, Jen. Mwah. Hannah, sister. Mwah. Love you, darling. I can just about see it, actually. Marco, I've got to go and get my glasses.
Okay, carry on talking.
Fucking sod. Hello, Michelle. How you doing, darling? I can just about see it from here. We've got the tripod by our double doors that are open in the cabin. So Indy's laying underneath it. And we're going to do a nice show tonight. And we're just going to hopefully put a few rumours to bed. And that's what tonight's really all about. I'm afraid you're going to have to share the chaise lounge with Indiana now, mate. See, right. You snooze, you lose.
On your feet, lose your seat.
All right, let's see if I can see them comments a little bit more. Tell boy, Phantom.
Hold on, I need my glasses.
As you can see, we're totally prepared today. But yeah, this is the boys' sensory cabin that they have in the garden. But it's, you know, this is where they lie down on the chaise lounge, and we've just turned it into this purely for lives and for Magnets and Mental Health on a Saturday. So, right, I think we've got enough of you in. Hello, Daniel, and I've already said hello, sis. Hi, Hannah, White Welly Magnet Fishing. We'll start it up now, right, because not all of you are going to be watching it now. Some people will be watching it later. As people are very, very aware, I now live. I live here with Jen and her boys, and Marco is still here, and he will remain here. He's got his own room, and they're 3 non-verbal autistic children that require one-on-one care, but they've never been able to give them one-on-one care because there's only been 2 of them. So now there's 3 of us under the same roof. The boys get all one-on-one care, so that's fantastic. But how did we end up in this position? That's probably what everyone's asking. Right, well, 9 months ago, the Outcast family done a collaboration in Walsall. A collaboration that Essex Magnet Hunters nearly never went to. If it was only down to Rupert, Adam, that was the only reason we managed to get there. Well, anyway, we went to this collaboration, and at the collaboration, I made sure I walked the towpath to see everybody that was involved. Everybody that was there, I wanted them all on camera. I wanted to say hello to everyone. This was before a lot of the beef, before being called bullies for over a year, when it was only 5 months previous to that. We was at a collab shaking hands and kissing everyone, but that's neither here nor there. At the collaboration, everyone knows what I'm like. I've been suffering with mental health for a very long time now. And at the collaboration, there was one particular person that caught my eye, and it was Jen Cooper, and she knows this, I know this, and it's time the world know this. Nothing was started prior to Marco and Jen ending their relationship. People ain't going to believe that, but do you know what? We don't care, because we know the truth. The second time I saw Jen was at the Brightlingsea Essex collaboration. And it was apparent that we had this chemistry, we had this electricity, and things hadn't been working out between you in a relationship sense, had they, Marco?
No.
For quite a long time. So they come back from the collaboration, and they had a long discussion, and during that discussion, well, it was made very apparent that the love was not there either way anymore. It was not reciprocated. There was no right or wrong. I think the words you use, Marco, and I will say this, you turned around and you said, I no longer love you, Jen.
Yes, I did.
You know, he's greatly fond of Jen, and he's a massive part of the children and the best stepfather probably that them children have ever had. But relationship-wise, it was over. So Marco, after talking with Jen and Marco conferred, and Jen turned round to him and he said, you know, and she turned round to Marco and said, I've been talking to Terry, and not in a romantic sense, but in a kind of very, very good friend sense. And as everyone knows, nobody in the Magnificent community was attacked more than myself and Jen Cooper. No. And it brought us close together. You know, it really did. I had her back, she had my back. But I never foresee the future. I couldn't foresee what was happening. Nothing was. I didn't even have a driving license, and she was 250 miles away. So nothing had ever happened until, well, not even at the collaboration, but at the collaboration, it became very, very obvious that we really, really, really liked one another. And obviously, after they had that conversation, Jen, as honest as the day is long, and never hides behind her children, ever. She's a wonderful mum, and I'll never let anyone say anything bad about that. Jen turned around to Marco and said, I think I'm in love with Terry. And Marco's response was, go and be with him. I'll look after the boys. Go and be with him. He's a mess. He's broken. And, you know, you go and be with him. I'll look after the boys. And we did that for the last 4 or 5 weekends after the collaboration. And it resulted with me being invited to this house where I stayed for 4 days. And at the end of the 4th day, they sat me down and they asked me, would I like to move in? Well, we did. You know, I was certainly, I know it's quick. Don't get me wrong. I know it's quick. But I tell you what, you know when it's right. I've only ever probably felt love twice in my lifetime, and I'm 48 years old. The love I feel for Jen, the chemistry we have, the electricity, which I said I'd never go with a relationship unless I felt that spark. Well, that was just there. It was there from the minute that their relationship ended and Jen turned up at mine. It was just, you know, it was unbelievable. It was Hollywood stuff. It was stuff that films are made of. So, yes, we got close quickly, and now me and Jen are inseparable. I am growing so fond of the boys, and I believe that the boys are growing quite fond of me.
Yep, they are.
You know, it's going to take a time, isn't it, Marco?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And see, this is what people don't realise. And, you know, there's people within the community that think, oh, blimey, they've got disabled children. Oh, you know, boo-hoo kind of thing. Well, I'm sorry, but having 3 non-verbal disabled children that can't even go to the toilet, that are still in nappies, right? If that isn't a family worth defending, then shoot me, because that's all I'm guilty of. I defended them to the hill, and you know, I honestly believe that now we're so staunch friends because it was written in the stars. You know, everything that's happened, especially in the last 5 weeks, has happened for a reason. Me and Jen should never have met at Walsall. I shouldn't. Essex Magni Hunters didn't leave Essex, you know. The furthest we ever went was London, let alone Manchester. And, you know, our eyes met and we just glimpsed at one another and we started talking, and that's all it was. What's that, mate?
Birmingham, actually.
Oh, there we go. Essex Magni Hunters. You can't take Essex out of the boy. It was Birmingham, not Manchester. But now I'm living in the Midlands, in Warwickshire. There's going to be plenty of collaborations coming up. And Essex Magni Hunters, represented by myself, is going to be at all the collaborations in the future. There will be times that I'll only be able to turn up at a collaboration for 3 or 4 hours. I'll always be with Jen. And Marco will always be with Rughampton Raiders.
Or on my own.
Or we'll be fishing together when we have care, because we get 4 hours care a day in a 6 weeks holiday when the kids are at school, when the kids are off. So for 4 hours a day, you know, there's going to be so much content coming from both our channels. So, you know, hit us up, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you'll see how this Essex boy does in the Midlands. I honestly believe this is my forever home now. I've found my soulmate. I found a woman that I worship the ground she walks on. Now, you know, Marco's now, he's agreed to be the guest tonight because he just wants to say, you know, his side of it. You know, they met 6 years ago. But anyway, Marco, I'll let you take it on. And if anyone got any questions, hit us up and we'll try and get them up on the screen.
I don't really don't know where to start. Well, I actually known Jen for a lot longer than 6 years. I met Jen in 2013, and we was very good friends for at least 2 years before we actually got together. I didn't have a clue about autism or, you know, the actual complex needs of the boys. And I learned
And it is complex.
very quickly. I had to learn how to deal with certain situations and what battles to choose. And it's been a big eye-opener. And obviously Terry's with us now, and it's been a massive eye-opener for you.
It has. Oh,
You know,
blimey.
because
it
there's
has.
a lot of people
It's
think,
hard work.
Yeah.
I tell you what, every night by 8, 9 o'clock, we are all ready for bed. It is exhausting, and there's nobody in this household more exhausting than Jen.
Yeah.
She doesn't deserve the hate that she received in the company. She does deserve the defence that I gave her. And the fact that she was actually attacked by a couple of people in particular, really, you should be disgusted at yourselves, because honestly, it's just quite disgusting.
It is disgusting. And you saying Jen hides behind the boys, she'll never hide behind the boys. If you don't know what our life's like,
No.
don't comment on it. Don't have you have your opinion, but don't
But keep it to yourself.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, we heard yesterday from a friend of ours, right? That a friend, because we disclosed our relationship to our nearest and dearest over a week ago. And then yesterday, one of our dear friends turned around to us and said, we're going to visit someone in the community. He's someone that really likes you, Terry, and can we entrust them with the news that you told us? And me and Jen spoke, and we said, yes, you can. Well, upon telling them, they got told we already know. We read it in a post. Now, I can only assume who put a post up regarding mine and Jen's private lives. I'm sorry that you weren't in our close knit of friends, that you weren't the first people to be informed about it. But at the end of the day, it's nobody's business but ours. We're doing this now because it's going to get about. This collaboration, Scotty B's collaboration, you know, next month, the month after.
Yep.
You know, me and Jen are going to be there. All the collaborations coming up in the future, except for Peterborough next week's. Lads, I'm sorry, Essex Magnet Hunters can't make it. But Marco's going. Rughampton Raiders are going to be there. One way or another, Essex Magnet Hunters and Rughampton Raiders will be represented everywhere. We will be represented at every collaboration now that you see in the future. It is, you know, it's quite unfortunate. We really want to move on. We really want to move on. Now, obviously, and I do apologise in advance if I get a little bit audible here, but, you know, there is a certain post that was made up by another post, you know, that conferred about a private photograph of me crying when I was on a live talking about my dad's casket, and then that was photocopied and put onto a post for the world to see, calling me Cry Baby Terry and calling me out. You know, you should be ashamed of yourself, mate. You disgust me more than anyone in the community, and I wish you wasn't part of the community. But that's neither here nor there. We are at a time when we really need to pull together for the hobby, and I believe we can. Me and Jen, as everyone is going to see, you know, we're going to be so strong. We are so in love. The boys are not going to, hopefully, you know, because the boys, let me tell you a little bit about the boys. The boys can't experience anything that 99.9% of children can experience, right? They can't go to a park. They can't have a picnic. They can't go out and, you know, they can't go on holiday. You know, it's things like this. It's their complex needs. They can't communicate. They can't even go to the toilet without telling. They can't tell people when they want to go. And they're 13, 11 and 8. and they're three of the most beautiful, wonderful boys that I've ever met in my life. And, you know, regarding something else that happened this week where someone come out of the woodwork to hit me up and be nice and then got rather nasty and called Jen's boys three spastics was the words. And that is the words that he used, and I'm ashamed that he used them. I'm not going to mention your name. I'm not going to mention who it was. But I hope you learnt a lesson, because that is quite disgusting. And I know that there's people up in heaven right now that have brought that this is all this is happening to me for a reason. Me finding me electric, finding my forever partner, becoming the most amazing friends with Marco. We can, you know,
we've had some wicked conversations.
Oh, we've had some amazing conversations. I mean, don't get me wrong. We still confer, and if anything in the household needs conferring, or then we air it. But we don't need to air it publicly. That's in the privacy of our own home, which is our home now. You know, Indiana is so happy. Yep. Caesar and Mercedes, the two staffs here, are just they're like brother and sister to us. She don't stop playing all day long, although she's snoring like a good one behind Margot right now. But she is knackered, and in fairness, everybody, we're all knackered. But we wanted to do tonight's show because we wanted to stop any rumours before, you know, our name shouldn't even be in people's inboxes.
We shouldn't have to justify it.
No, we shouldn't have to justify it. You know, I've seen a couple of posts regarding what's that? What's happened? Oh, I understand now. Now I can only assume from what I read that people think that something might have been happening between me and Jen prior to their relationship ending.
Not a chance.
On Bobby's life, there was nothing happening, and nothing
I
ever would have. Had they have continued their relationship, me and Jen would have just stayed strong friends. But because it ended, because Marco was the one to say, I no longer love you, Jen. I love you as a friend, but I don't love you in that way. No. And, you know, when she said, well, I think I'm falling in love with Terry, he pushed her towards me. And, you know, at the end of the day, he's not a hero, right? He's not a hero.
I want to make sure.
He doesn't want hero status, and he certainly don't want messages in his inbox saying,
me all right and all that. Forget it.
Forget it, because he is all right.
I won't respond to him, for starters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And secondly, both of them needed to be happy. You know, and happiness is the most important thing to me. You know, my boys are happy, Jen's happy, so is Terry.
Never been happier, mate. Honestly, it's
you know, I don't want none of this backlash.
It's what dreams are made of. What's happened to me in the last week or two, and it's just getting better and better by the day. It really is.
And there is a point I do want to make, actually.
Yes, go on, mate.
It's Terry actually organised this Brighton Sea Collab was way before Jen and Terry even was romantically involved.
Absolutely. For 8 months we were friends, right? For 8 months me and Jen were nothing more but than friends.
Yeah.
And then for the last 5 weeks we've now been romantically involved. And that has gone to such an extreme that she wanted me to move in. She wanted me to give up my place in Brighton Sea. She wanted me to come with Indiana and start a new life. And she can see that this is forever. It's for real. And it is, I mean, and you can see it as well, can't you? Totally. And, you know, I do apologise, everyone. There's absolutely no chance of us even getting up to see any of the questions. Maybe I'll get up in a little while.
Yeah.
And I'll have a little scroll, but I can't see them from here, can you?
No.
God blimey. I know there's a lot. But there's 23 people still watching us right now, and I don't think it's gone below 20 since pretty much 2 minutes in. But we just wanted to get it out there, everyone. We wanted people to know, you know, we told over 50 people last weekend.
Yeah, and that was all 3 of us told them.
Absolutely, all 3 of us on a private live that I do, and we had 0 negative comments. We had nothing but positive comments. Everyone could see, everyone understood, and everyone was so happy for me and Jen. Marco will find his electricity. Yeah, Marco will find his chemistry with someone. And when he does, there'll be no one more happier than me and Jen. Yeah. You know, and the boys, they won't progress they won't progress to adult status. They might progress to adult status in appearance, but only in appearance. They are like having 3 babies, but 3 almost adult babies that will always be in nappies, that can't communicate with the world. Now tell me if I'm fucking wrong for trying to raise money and spread awareness for such a family. Yes, I get called selfish. I've been called a bully by bullies. Can you believe that? I mean, honestly, I don't want to go into it. I really don't. No. But it's quite disgusting our treatment. And we are going to start collectively an Autism Elite channel. Here we go. Here's Moo. Now Moo's come on. Look, he's just come onto the camera. How you doing, Moo? Now he's got Jen's phone. Now he can't even understand what we're saying to him. This is Moo. Well, Mason. Mason. We call him Moo. But this is Mason, and this is Jen's youngest. He was 8 years old 3 days ago. And quite disgustingly, on his birthday, there was people in Jen's friends list that didn't even wish him an happy birthday. Well, honestly, I think you guys should be disgusted with yourselves. Because he's a little boy, and he's you know, he don't deserve any, you know, if you're friends with someone, the least you can do if they've got severely disabled children is wish them an happy birthday, because their birthdays ain't like other children's birthdays. There's no excitement. There's nothing preceding a birthday for any one of these boys that will make them the slightest bit excited. What we can do, and what we try to do, and what we strive to do, is to make their quality of life as good as we possibly can, which is why we raise that money at the Essex Collab. Yeah. And this week we've purchased, and I mean, it's cost us nearly £500 of our own money on top. We've purchased the most amazing outdoor activity centre that's going to go at the back of the garden. And it will give them that sense of freedom. You know, we do have a lovely garden. It is quite long, and it is, you know, we keep on top of it. And we've, you know, yesterday, Dave, you was absolutely awesome. Marco, you was amazing. Yeah. You know, I cleaned up 70 piles of shit. So even I done my piece, I'm still, I mean, I'm using my left hand here. Look, I can't move my left arm away from my torso. And it's been 8 days since the BMX accident. I just can't move it away. If I try and move it away, I'm in agony. This arm, I can do everything you want. But this arm, I still can't move. For 8 days, I've been trying to make their lives as easier as I can by still doing everything that a man can do with one arm. So I've been making coffees, taking out the washing, putting it out on the line, bringing in the clean washing, getting nappies when they need them. If anyone needs anything, an iPad charged up or put on charge, I've been there to do it. But these guys, they have to bathe them multiple times a day. Multiple times a day, not once or twice, and not 1 or 2 kids, 3 kids, multiple showers a day. You know, we've got a wet room. We don't even possess a bath. We've got a wet room with a quite a nice shower. And you know, these guys, and obviously, I don't mean this in a bad way, Mark, but Jen, no one feels it like Jen. And for her to come into the magnificent community like she did, she used it as a mental health release. It was something to just to feel a little bit normal, you know, for that 1 day a week that we get respite, right? When we get care for 20 hours a day, 1 day a week, right? And the rest of the 6 days, 24 hours a day, we have to be alert, or one of us has to be awake, you know, because the boys could need attention at any time. So it's like, you know, it is quite crazy, and I just hope it's all right. That's everyone. It's fine. Don't worry about that. Stylus. Someone's just playing with my stylus inside, and it just paused it. So I'm not sure what that was, but that I took it off the tablet, didn't I, just before we started tonight?
Yeah, that's just why we picked it up.
Yeah. That's neither here nor there. There's no button on it, so I've never seen that come up before. But yeah, basically, don't worry about that, everyone. That was just a little message on the screen to say that the stylus had been disconnected from the iPad. We don't need the stylus for tonight's episode. We don't need the intro for tonight's episode. And we certainly don't need an outro. This is the boys' sensory room, right? This is what they can come in here and just get away from it. Even though they can't communicate, they know that if they want to come in here, they'll signal in some way or go to the door, and we know to open the doors they want to come in. Now, yes, we have put up Rughampton Rangers and Essex Magnet Hunters apparel, but
that can be all taken down.
It can all be taken down. It's all temporary. It's all temporarily put up with, blue tack and double-sided sticky tape. But at the same time, the boys, it's sensory for them. Now, there's different colours, there's shapes, there's different textures. This is what people don't understand. For these non-verbal children, that at the end of the day, their Mark's stepchildren is a wonderful father. But at the same time, I'll probably grow to the fact that I'll feel like they're our stepchildren.
Yeah.
Because, I've got 3 beautiful children out there, and one of which I'm quite ashamed, and I'm not going to go into it. The other one, I love you, West, and I wish things could be different. I really, really do. But, I know I haven't been the best dad, but I certainly haven't hit anyone, killed anyone, raped anyone. No, I'm not a paedophile, I don't deserve my treatment that I've had. And for years I decided, no, I'm going to be like a hobbit. I'll lock myself away in this little fucking 0-bedroom studio flat. I don't want to find love anymore. My mental health was to the capacity that I didn't even want to live. And Pete created Essex Magnet Hunters. And then I decided to tell my life story. And I didn't hold back. I didn't hide anything that happened. And, now I might not have my 3 children in my life. And Bobby, I know that, your estranged mummy is just keeping you from me for about the 5th or 6th time of your little life. But I love you with all my heart, Bobby. And I've got so much love to give my children, but I don't have my children. But now, Jen's children will not replace, that's the wrong word, but I can use my attention. I'm not going to have all this time on my hands where I just sat there and twiddled my thumb and felt sorry for myself. I am so busy now that, the channels will still be edited and we'll still get videos up, but my life has changed and I will be busy. And me and Marco more so at the moment because he's still teaching me the ropes, obviously. But more so than anything is to help Jen because she needs help. She needs a break. She's exhausted probably 72 hours a week. No one should be exhausted for that amount of time. No one should feel that they just have to sleep whenever they can grab an hour because most of the time,
for a long time.
A long time. And it's heartbreaking to see, and that's the woman that I love. And, she's walking on air at the moment. And, we're both really feeling the euphoria and the like I said, the chemistry between us is just unbelievable. Now, people might say, okay, well, there's a bit of an age difference between us. I'm 48 and Jen's 34.
Age has got nothing to do
It's
with
got,
it.
It really hasn't. I felt like an old man when I was a hobbit. I did.
Yeah.
I don't anymore. I feel like a young man again. I feel like a teenager again. Honestly, waking up in the morning, we banter, and the banter don't stop until we go to bed. It really is amazing. And I want you all to support us, please. I want our close friends, of which there's about 50, I want that to grow. I want more and more of your guys' support. Please, by just clicking like in this video, you're supporting us. We're going to start an Autism Elite YouTube channel where we're going to film the good, the bad and the ugly that comes along with having 3 non-verbal autistic children.
And that way they'll be able to understand what we go through.
We hope so. We hope.
On a daily basis.
Absolutely.
On a daily basis.
That's what we want to do. We want to show you guys, those of you that want to see. Not everyone will, and that's your prerogative. And it doesn't mean we're going to think any less of you. If you're our friend, you're our friend. But at the end of the day, these boys, they deserve the world. Because, so many of us in life take things for granted. And we shouldn't. We really shouldn't. Other things in life do need, awareness needs to be raised on many, many issues within society, which I still believe is very, very broken. But at the same time, I don't think anything is as severe as having a family with 3 non-verbal, severely autistic children. I call them severely autistic, but I'm going to stop calling them severely autistic. They're severely disabled children. They just can't do what other children can do. And for that reason alone, we get one life. So for that reason alone, if you want to strike me down or unsubscribe or unsupport us for whatever reason, then please do it now. Please. Yeah. Because I don't want that support. I want the support to know that you're with us, that you're gonna experience it. We're gonna show you what our lives are like. But like I said, there'll be the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some of it will be fantastic, and some of it will be quite disturbing.
Yeah.
And there will there'll be special warnings in case there's anything like what we always talk about, which is a code brown. We won't go into detail on this channel regarding the code brown. I'm sure there's some intelligent people out there. Absolutely, Marco. I'm sure there's some intelligent people out there that know exactly what we mean. But we will be starting this channel in the next couple of weeks, and then content will be coming thick and fast. Also, with this being the sensory room for the children, we're going to turn it into a Santa's Grotto at Christmas
and raise funds for. We
are going to normal children. Unfortunately, you can't come, and I don't mean to say that in a nasty way. What we're going to do is, if we opened it for everyone, we'd have queues round the block. Because I don't know if anyone knows, but where we live, they do this house up like a fucking. It looks like a space station. I swear. The amount of lights and sparkles, it really looks amazing. People come from afar to look at it. Well, this year there's going to be a Santa's Grotto, and Muggins here is Santa Claus. I'm going to be Santa. Thank you, mate. Yeah, appreciate that. Fucking idiot. I'm going to be the Santa. We are going to do a Santa's Grotto for disadvantaged and disabled children in all of Warwickshire. Maybe beyond. If you want to travel from further beyond and you've got a disabled or a severely autistic or a disadvantaged child, hit us up, because this place is going to be turned into a grotto for Christmas.
And it'll be awesome.
And because we're having that wicked fucking like activity sensory centre outdoor thing that we've just bought for the boys, which is coming in 10 days, and we need some people with woodwork skills to help us. So if there's anyone out there like that, hit us up as well. Yep. Because we'll be grateful of the help. We've got a few people coming already. Well, we've got more than a few. And but if there's anyone that could possibly lend their expertise for the day,
even if it's for an hour or
two, it will be appreciated, because we've got to assemble it.
Yeah.
It was £1,000 more than what we paid to have it assembled. We don't have that money, so we're going to assemble it. We will do it slowly. We will try and do it professionally, and we will do it to the best of our ability, because it has to be safe. Because it's for the boys.
Yeah,
and hopefully with the Santa's Grotto during the daytime at Christmas, we'll be able to let the other children come that are disabled. We'll be able to have them have a little go on it. So we'll be able to share the activity centre as well. But that's neither here nor there, and that's seven months in the future we're talking about. But see what I mean? We're already talking about the future, because the future we believe is bright, and They've never been given enough help by the authorities. I tried my hardest to spread awareness regarding that, and I ain't ever going to stop, ever. But now I'm directly involved, and Jen's happiness is
important.
It's what's really more. Important. The boys paramountly are the biggest importance in life. Yeah. But if you can keep the boys happy, then you're going to keep Jen happy.
Yeah.
What Jen doesn't want is the hate that she's received. And she has received some hate in the last 6 months. Hate.
It was unnecessary hate.
It really was unnecessary, because, yes, I was in a bad place, and, yes, I can be a gobshite. But she defended me when others didn't.
And that's all she was guilty of.
And that was all she was guilty of. And yet there's people that really knocked her for 6. Now me, you can hit me round the head with a baseball bat and it's water off a duck's back. I've seen the good. I've experienced good and bad times. Right now, I feel like I'm a king on top of the castle. Everything is going right for me right now. I do believe my mum and dad, rest in peace. I believe it's heaven sent. This was meant to be. It was meant to happen. And we want the magnificent community, the treasure hunting community, the mental health community. We want you to support us in every way that you possibly can. Please, we're not going to get down on one knee and we're certainly not going to beg. But
if you don't like the situation, then
we are real. We are real. At the end of the day, we're real people spreading real awareness with real problems, and we just want everyone to get along again. We're quite surprised because a certain live, and I'm not going to mention any names, but a certain live that come out in January, well, I'm sorry, mate, but you said you were still going to support us regarding anything at our collaboration, but you didn't, did you?
No.
And that, we do have a memory and we do remember. And I thought, I suppose I can understand it to a certain extent. I'm not calling you out. That is not what this is about. I'm telling you now, like when you've got problems, it's better to air them than to bottle them. So what we're using this for is to air it. And, we want to bring everyone back together again. I'm pretty sure that others do also. It's quite unfortunate the way that it's been torn. I believe there is a staunch reason as to why it was torn. But do you know what? That's my opinion and I'll keep it to myself because it ain't. It's probably not best for me to even broadcast it.
No.
It's it's neither here nor there. We're all adults, but we all have different advantages in life, and some of us have some very, very quite massive disadvantages. And if I'm guilty for representing a family that I didn't feel was treated fairly, then shoot me because that's all I'm guilty of. That really is. But neither here nor there. But Mark, you stay there. Let me just get up, and I'm going to go and have a look. Let's have a look at the old chat. God blimey, everyone! Right, we said hello to Michelle, Jen, Hannah, Tellboy, Daniel, Sheila, Michelle, Andy. How you doing, Andy? Sophie, hello, darling. James, brother from another mother. Love you, sunshine. We've got lots and lots of people here. They're all saying hello to everyone. That was at the beginning. I did notice a couple of longer ones. I'm just trying to say, see you Monday, Mag, Mum and Dad. Oh, they must be going somewhere Monday. Oh, awesome. Oh, yes. That's Sophie saying that to Roger. All right, how you doing, Roger? Hope you're doing well, sunshine. Glenn Wilson, Knots Outsiders. How you doing, mate? Can't say that we've seen your name before.
No, we haven't.
I'll give you a search on YouTube, and if we haven't subscribed, we will subscribe. Let's have a look. Hello, Darren. Hope I ain't missed anyone. If I have, I do apologise. We lazy lobbers, magnificent, great. You can all deal with this in such an amazing way. Fuck what people think you are doing if it works for you all. Well lazy said. Lobbers, that well said. Is so nicely said, and absolutely.
I can't agree any more than that.
No, definitely not. Glenn Wilson, Knots Outsiders. Look, that's got to be a new one. We're definitely going to have to subscribe. Let's have a look. Everyone's saying hi. Hi, Lynn White. Thank you for joining, darling. Start and finish of it. Terry needs to be today. Once it's been spoken about today, it never needs referring to again. Look forward, walk forward, and never look back. Yeah. Roger. I agree with that, Roger. I do agree with that. And do you know what? You've been a breath of fresh air since you come into Community Sunshine. You really, really have. Pretty much everyone agreeing with us. There's just so much. Like, life is too short to be unhappy. Grab happiness with both hands and your heart and give it 100%.
Yep.
Absolutely, Hannah, darling. And that's what I believe that we're doing. And maybe I shouldn't have come as quick as I come, but it happened, and I was asked, and I wanted to come. I wanted to be here. I didn't want to spend a minute away from Jen after the first weekend of spending it with her. I worship the ground she walks on, and I love that woman with all my heart. Right, let's have a look. Terry, you missed 2. I don't know what I've missed 2 of, Sheila. For peace and quiet, bless them. No, you don't, Terry. Bye, Michelle, darling. Dorset Treasure Junkies. That's another one we've got to check out, Marco.
Yep.
We'll check your channel out after the live, mate. So many people commenting multiple times. Look, it's hundreds.
Wow.
Okay, sorry guys, I had to go for a shower. Got to keep fresh, mate, and you've got to smell nice, James. Got to smell nice, sunshine. Dorset Treasure. Can fully relate. My 5-year-old is non-verbal ASD. Communication with flashcards only. It's hard with 1. I can't imagine 3.
Oh,
well, there you go. That is something that we often think of, and that's like, it's so unfortunate if you do have one that's got non-verbal, any disability. It's unfortunate if you've got 1. But to have 3, all 3, it makes it kind of fucking unique, wouldn't you say? You know, and that's why that I've spread awareness like I've spread it. And, you know, I don't want people to think we had an ulterior motive, because we did not. I promise you. Marco will suit being a little elf. Well, I think you've been nominated to be a little elf,
thanks for that, mate.
So there we go. I'm going to be Santa, and he's going to be Santa's helper.
Yeah, that's fine.
Peshkim Me Magnet. Hi all. Hello, Peshkim. Another channel that we haven't seen before, but we'll check you out as well. Thank you for joining tonight. That's really awesome. Thank you, Peshkim. Leeds Magneteers, obviously. Bill, Andy, love you guys. We getting to the bottom? Yeah, we've got to the bottom. Kingfisher Magneteers.
That's a new one as well.
I think that's another one we're going to have to hit up. Absolutely amazing. And as you know, I've got 2 dogs here to blink and share the Shades Lounge with now. Well, actually 3, including this one. But the magnet fishing community is growing, and it's growing by the day. You know, it isn't an illegal hobby. Dredging is illegal. What we do is not dredging. The committee has been formed, AMF, the Association of Magnet Fishers, of which I'm a part of, but I can't remain it because I'm down as an Anglia committee member. I don't live there anymore. So I'm only until the re-election comes up, and I won't be representing Essex anymore. I would love the people of Essex and our own fans to really get behind Martin at Peterborough Magnet Fishing.
Yeah,
because I just know that guy will have the best of intentions for the hobby, and he will do a wonderful job for the committee. You know, I'm not even sure who's the regional member of my region that I'm at now. I might re-stand. It might be Glenn. Okay, Glenn from Peaky Dippers. You know, if I stand against you, Glenn, it ain't no hard feelings, sunshine. You'll beat me, hands down. We all know that. But at the same time, I am passionate and I am committed. I'm not going to have much time anymore anyway. What little time I have now I've committed myself to a life that's going to be in this position. What little time I have will be
precious
for editing. And absolutely, our time of relaxation is such a rarity that we sleep when we can.
And 90% of the time, we actually sleep when we've got that spare time.
This man here, right, pulled out one of the finds of the fucking century about 3 weeks ago. But because of everything that's been happening in the background, because of me moving in, and then because of me taking on the responsibility that these 2 guys have faced alone for so long, I haven't even got round to editing. We've got an Essex Magnet Hunters video of that day.
Yep.
We've got a Rughampton Raiders video of that amazing find.
Yep.
I will be doing the editing, I hope, tomorrow. And I hope tomorrow night you're going to see 2 wonderful videos on Rughampton Raiders Magnet Fishing YouTube channel and on Essex Magnet Hunters.
If not tomorrow, you can always do it Monday when we've got 4 days.
We've got 24 hours. We're at Sheila and Dave's on Monday. I could do it at Sheila and Dave's whilst they get the old the old lattes on the boiled, Sheila. Thank you, darling. I think that's what will happen.
Yeah.
So if it's not tomorrow, it will be Monday, and it's going to be 2 of the best videos we've had on our channels,
Definitely.
respectively. So also, can I just say, please, everyone, right? Check us out. Check us out on YouTube. We're not Magnets and Mental Health will be episode 20 next weekend. I don't know who I'm going to ask on yet, but I want the whole community on. And I don't just want the UK community, I want the worldwide community. I want anyone that feels that magnet fishing helps with your own mental health, with your own, even if it's physical health. If it helps you and you want to talk about it and you've got the confidence to come on camera, hit me up. My inbox is always open. Facebook, Essex Magnet Hunters, Terence Wright, Terry Wright. Search for me, send me a message. If you want to come on, you want to be a future guest, please let me know. And we'll do a 50-50 split screen, and I'll just send you an invitation. You come on a Saturday night.
Yeah, because it's very rare you do it like this.
Very rare, because you know, we're not normally in the same company, are we? So, but now we are, and we always will be. So, you know, there might be times when I might have to miss a Magnets and Mental Health episode, but then Mark might want to take over and do one.
Yeah.
And vice versa. And you know what I'd love is for the community to give Jen that confidence again, to make her feel welcome, to make her feel
rejected from the community.
She felt rejected. She cried herself to sleep numerous nights because she was blamed for defending me. And then there was a certain man, the one that really attacked me, that said that she hid behind the disabilities of her own children. You, mate, you are disgusting. You're a disgusting individual. And, you know, that's neither here nor there. You still could become a man and apologise for your actions, and then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. We'd be coming out and saying, do you know what? He hit us up, we fucking sorted it, and everything's going to be A-OK. But that's not happened, and it's probably not going to happen. We're realists at the end of the day. You know, I think it would be a miracle. But, you know, miracles do happen. And angels do exist. And, you know, it's happened for me. It's happened for many people. But me, I was in such a bad way. Such a bad way. Not even 7 months ago. I mean, even through Essex Magnet Hunters and we'd hit 1,000 subs, it didn't cure the depression. It didn't cure my loneliness. You know, I could have jumped into many relationships that I knew were wrong. That I knew were not going to make me happy, and I wouldn't make them happy. So I chose to live a life alone. And then Jen come about. And I just, from the first time I saw her in Walsall, it was love at first sight. And now we're together. And I believe, hand on my heart, together forever. And, you know, this is it now. So stay positive. Don't, you know, if those of you that are sitting at home and things are really going bad for you, you know, I've been there. It's not going to be like that forever, everyone. Please try and stay positive. Try and keep a smile on your face. Even on the darkest of days, try and find something that you have a keen interest on, and you know, and watch some stuff. Hit us up. Hit our videos up.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, we've got some cracking videos on our channels, and I believe that the views are not as good as what they could be. You know, I honestly believe that they're wonderful videos within the magnet fishing community. Our own community, obviously, you know, they watch every single one. But we want to spread out, we want to get bigger, and we want to, you know, and why shouldn't we? You know, it's not only allowed to a select few. It should be that everything is equal. And that's what's fucking wrong with life, because it ain't. Yeah. And, you know, and it quite disgusts me. But what is the time, Marco? It is 10 to 9, so we will be ending this shortly. I'm so glad. Let's have a look, because I've just seen my darling in the chat. Oh. Virtual hug from Jen to Hannah. Terry, my son was non-verbal until age 10. We were delighted when he started talking. now we can't shut him up. He is special needs. It's difficult, but wouldn't change him for anything.
No.
He's 21 soon. Kingfisher Magneteers, yeah, totally relate, son, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Because that's quite a lovely story, that he was non-verbal and then he actually become verbal at 10.
I can go as far as to say one word, but they never have. If they
Never.
do, you know, it'd be fantastic.
Well,
I don't care if it's
the eldest
swear
one,
words.
the eldest one, right, Waylon, he's quite hilarious, and we will have him on camera because, like I said, Autism Elite, we're starting him soon. Waylon is 13 years old. He's as strong as an ox, and all he really can say is hubba bubba or hubba hubba.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
You know, he should be in the advertisement for Hubba Bubba Bubblegum, I'm telling you, because he's fucking he's fucking hilarious. He's lovely, bless him, and he communicates in his own way.
Yeah.
And it's up to us, and for the carers, it's up to us to kind of work out, because nothing is written down. There's nothing written down. There isn't. You know, for severely autistic children on the severest end of the spectrum, there is no fucking book. You know, you have to just work it out. And nobody can do that better than Jen.
He knows a few signs.
Yes, yes.
He knows more, please, and thank you, and finish.
Oh, bless you, James. Look at that. Jen is always welcome with Musselburgh Magnet Fishing. And I'll tell you what, James, one day we're all going to come up with Musselburgh and...
Yeah.
We can't, honestly, son, that is going to happen. That is in the future. Right, let's have a look. Don't want to go up too far. Jen, you are always one of my besties and closest. Always got you, girl. Oh, bless. I really do love you, my sister from a different mister. Hannah, White Welly Magnet Fishing, hit them up also. Because, do you know what? Our 3 channels, we're not a family, but we are more than that. You know, we're just so connected, it's unbelievable.
We're a family as people, but we're not family as
in blood.
In magnet fishing. Family.
Yeah, and absolutely no, because you know, I don't want people to think that we're having a pop here. No. But when we entered the magnet fishing hobby, there was one family, and that was a magnet fishing family. Mm-hmm. And I think it's time that the magnet fishing family becomes one again. Regardless, you know. Let's have a look. Any more chat? Sophie's put, if enough interest, I can do a grotto photography and email the images across to the parents for a donation charity. Don't want anything much. Did a 200 video shoot through today. Sophie, honestly, you're one of the biggest hearts in the community. I love you, darling. That would be lovely. That would be absolutely lovely, Sophie. And nearer the time, we will discuss it, Soph. But we talk anyway, don't we? So. Oh, bless. Tell boys left. Boom. The idea about you putting disabled kids. Tell Marco the same. Yes, absolutely, yeah. Sophie. And we want to try and advertise it as much as we can, possibly from about September onwards. Because love you, Soph. Honestly, we do. We want to advertise it because if we can't share a little bit of happiness this year, then you know what are we doing? If we can't put a smile on a disabled or disadvantaged children's face, when you know I've been in some terrible places, but right now I'm in the best place I've ever been, and that isn't. I'm not talking about bricks and mortar. I'm talking about mentally. I am born again. I feel like I've been saved, and regardless, Jenny's my saviour, and she'd probably say the same, that I'm hers. And all I'm saying is, you're going to be seeing us at collaborations. It'll always be me and Jen. When we can all do it as a threesome, we'll do it, but the children come first. The children will always come first. It'll be very hard when you'll see actually all 3 of us at a collab, unless it's a local collab. But apart from that, now I live in the Midlands, I want to fish with everyone. So, everyone that I haven't fished with yet, and all those that I might have just met at a collaboration but not actually fished with, I want to fish with you guys. We have got some of the most amazing waters on our doorstep here. And when you see what this man found, which you will know by Monday night, When you see what he found, you're all going to want to come and bring your magnets down because it is quite astonishing. I was absolutely flabbergasted.
I was shocked.
And as you know, I found a VZ-20 assault rifle, 2 grenades, and 2 samurai swords. And this item knocks them all out of the park. All of them, collectively. There's honestly, I believe that there's been one magnet fisher that found something similar. But we don't want to give it away. We want you to watch our videos. So please, hit the like and subscribe. Hit us both up, right? We've got Rughampton Raiders, Essex Magnet Hunters. If you're out and if you're about and you're thinking of taking up this hobby, Dippers and Scrappers on Facebook. So important. You know, scrap needs to be, it's our responsibility. If you magnet fish, it's your responsibility to get rid of your metal. Yeah. So if you can't take it, if you ain't got a trailer, we've got a van and a trailer. So we have no problems, and you'll see that in all our future videos, that we will video everything we found, everything being taken away, and the place looking cleaner than when we arrived.
Yeah.
And I believe if you film on YouTube and you do magnet fishing, you need to start doing that, because the hobby, there's poor Rob Heathcock who runs Dippers and Scrappers nearly gave up the hobby a week ago because he had 14 fly tips in one day. 14! It's wrong, and we can't have it continuing, people. We can't have it continuing. It's got to be done. So either way, neither here nor there. Dippers and Scrappers on Facebook. Look at their directory. It's got an A to Z of every single town in the country. They will find you a scrapper. You can find it yourself. It's it's self-explanatory. It's very easy to use. And right, okay, everyone. I think we're going to call it a day.
One thing before we go.
Go on, Marco.
Go find me.
Oh, yes. Well, as we said, everyone, we have purchased the assault course, or whatever it is. Climbing frame stroke assault course for disabled children. We have purchased that this week, and it has cost us £1,194, I believe. We've done it via the paying 3 instalments via PayPal. Now, the £600 that we raised for Jen's boys for the climbing frame, that pays for the first month and a half. We've raised nearly another £50 from people hitting me up for magnets and mental health stickers, of which I've still got over 70 left available. Check out Magnets and Mental Health on Facebook. We've raised another 50 quid from that, and Luke Harmon, one of the nicest Londoners you'd ever meet, started a GoFundMe. Now, he did put the original thing quite high because he wanted us to raise enough money that we could actually have it delivered installed. Yeah. We couldn't do that. There wasn't enough money, but £80 has been raised so far, and if we could raise another £520, which would take that to another 600, then what we're having delivered in 10 working days wouldn't have cost his family any money. It would just be the blood, sweat and tears of putting it all together.
And you've got the boot for auction.
And we've got a boot. Absolutely. Well remembered, Marco. Darren Rice from Wales. Honestly, you're a saint and a scholar, sunshine. He has sent us a boot, and it's a boot signed by Philip Neville, the former Man United and England right back. He also managed the England under-21 team and the England ladies team. We've got the most amazing boot. It's going up on Essex Magnet Hunters in the next half hour. It's going to be on for a month, and I want as many people to bid on that as possible. Price starts at £1. So bid away. Let me know what your bid is. Comment underneath the thread what you'd be willing to pay for it. I'll take some cracking photos in a minute. We'll get that on the site, and let's hope that raises another 40-50 quid. Hopefully more, Darren. But I'm just being realistic. I'm hoping it just. Every penny counts. Now, there is a GoFundMe. It is on Essex Magnet Hunters. It has been shared on numerous groups. And for those that have donated, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Now, you can see the donors' names, and my name comes under it as Terry Wright donated £50. I didn't donate £50. But somebody else in the community did that wants to remain 100% silent. And for that, I thank you, I admire you, we will always be friends, and I will not break your confidence. No. It looks like I donated £50, I didn't. It was a certain certain person within the community who hit us up and said, I don't want others to know, tell, but here's 50 quid. So he put it in my bank. I put it straight in the GoFundMe. We've raised 80. If we can raise another £520, including the boot auction, then it ain't cost us anything, which would be wonderful. But at the same time, only give if you can afford. Don't, we don't want anyone getting into debt over us whatsoever. So, so thank you all for joining on this week's episode. Thank you, Mark, for being an absolutely amazing guest. And you're more than a guest now, brother.
Yeah, we're family,
we're family geezer. Yeah. So I want, people can see on my left arm is fucked, Marco, so you hurt it and I'm going to punch her. We love one another, and obviously not to the context that me and Jen love one another. But we love each other, and we will always be there for one another.
Too right.
Always. So honestly, everybody that's watched tonight, thank you for watching. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for making the chat log go round. Hit up our videos, like, share, subscribe if you can. And Magnets of Mental Health will be back next week. But our fishing videos should be coming weekly, every week from Monday. So, have a wonderful rest of your weekend, everyone. Thank you again. Thank you all for joining. Anything you'd like to say, Mark, before we end it?
No, not really.
Right, okay.
No jealousy.
No jealousy. And for anything that's happened in the past with anybody, it's time for us to put it to bed. Let's put it to bed for the good of the community. And because, we can't hold grudges forever, can we? We can't. So, right, everybody, mwah, we absolutely love you. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next week. Take care, people.